Well, if there's one man who's had enough with Zoom calls and takeout food, it's Georgia football coach Kirby Smart. Kelly Price spent some time with the top dog today to find out what he's thinking about heading into an uncertain summer.
Probably sick of this virtual staring at squares and people popping up on screens. That's been tough.
Yes, like most of us, even Kirby Smart is growing weary of all these Zoom meetings all day, every day, but he's back in his office during a very specific window as they prepare to bring players back for voluntary workouts on June 8th. But before that, players must be tested for COVID-19 and pass extensive physicals. Even then, it's going to look very different with groups of less than 20 in the weight room at a time and more protocols like closed locker rooms and only using one door to come and go. But he's got one important message for his guys and Dawgs fans everywhere.
We also, as fans, as Dog Nation, have a responsibility to make good decisions, the social distance. And I think people, the more this thing has gone, the more they begin to relax and say that, well, this won't affect me. The last thing we need right now, if people want to have a football season or any athletic season, is to have another flare-up. And the biggest thing we can do is take care of that by making good decisions, being aware.
Smart said he's, quote, very optimistic, unquote, that the stands in Sanford Stadium will have fans in them in 3 months. But he said just look back to 3 months ago to realize how hard things are to predict in this age of the pandemic.
The worst thing we can do as coaches or as administrators is to feel like we have to do this in order to survive financially and make a decision that is costly to some, even one student athlete. And I know that from the Georgia perspective, every decision we're making on the return to sport is the safety and health and well-being.
He said experience will be magnified for all teams this season with no spring ball and lots of limitations likely in practice whenever that point may come. But for now, though there isn't any pressure, he isn't aware of any of his guys not returning to Athens for voluntary workouts. That first step back on June 8th. In Atlanta, Kelly Price, Fox 5 Sports.